We are set for semifinal action. The Hawaiian Pro semifinals 1 and 2. David Stanfield and Ross Williams going to do the duties here. Ross, first of all, a lot of drama here. You've got guys trying to make the cut. You got some powerful Australians, some amazing Brazilians. You got a mix in there, and the local favorites, the Hawaiians. And in this heat, no different. Dusty Payne, Kai Otten's been marching through, the Tahitian Michel Perez, and the Brazilian Filipe Toledo.
Well, this is awesome. You know, this event has produced just a beautiful variety of every type of surfer, every region, as we see Filipe Toledo floating down the line, seamless maneuvers there. A nice start for him. I don't think it's going to be a giant score, but there it is, a 6.67, so a great way to settle nerves. But, I mean, just take a look at the names here in the list.
They've been fairly consistent here, as we're going to get to the judges just a little bit later to start things off with third priority. And rotating around like clockwork. Remember last year it was power surfing that got him through. He did that rotation because the wave didn't look that good down the line.
Well, here's the thing. I'm glad that he, you know, produced that nice little air rotator for us, because that's putting the wind on display. It has switched. We've gone from southeast winds to southwest winds. So now that wind kind of blowing up the face of the right-handers, and that's going to be candy for these guys in terms of going for the airs. Up in Pipe and Sunset, but it's this southwest wind will be clean here at Haleiwa.
Oh, that is great news as we take a look at our surfer in blue. Already 2 waves. He opened with the 6.67. Oh my. Like clockwork, he spins. He's like on a pogo stick. Look for an air here. No, another move. You see something down the line. Mixing it up, Filipe Toledo. It is so great to have him here. When somebody's concentrating on a world title, sometimes they bypass this event. Thrilled to watch him surf.
How fun was that? I mean, it's insane when someone surfs on a wave and actually makes you start to, you know, enjoy yourself, kind of bounce up and down in your chair. What I love about Filipe is he just goes big. He does not shy away from the craziest maneuver you can do on each wave. And so there he did a huge fin blast, nice floating re-entry, and then he backs it up with a nice vertical slam. Watch this thing. Bang! So just a little bit of everything there, nice variety. That's going to be a giant score.
He opened up at Trestles, winning 40K down there, the Oakley Lowers event back in, what, April, May? It's going to take a lot more. As we work to the finals, you're going to be asked to deliver something 15, 16, 17 before you get into the finals, or you're going to get booted.
So these heats are 25 minutes, if I'm not mistaken, or are they 30?
No, we're going to 30 now.
30 minutes. Okay, so in the first 9 minutes of the heat, Filipe's already got a total of 15.5. He is cruising, Dave. A scary thought to see him if he gets really comfortable in big waves.
Everybody out there playing catch-up, and he sits to the inside without priority. Toledo throws tail. Forehand, backhand, it doesn't matter. He spins to win. Just amazing. Here we go, Dusty Payne. Payne's got a 0.57 and a 4.33, so Dusty in the second spot, and this will help his 2-wave total. Next up on the left, backhand attack, Michel Perez. He has been making some decent scores on those lefts. I always thought he was just going to be a forehand tube hunter and the big hack like a Sonny Garcia, hacking turns, the big power moves, but he's mixing it up as well, surfing very well.
Yeah, Perez has been on fire this entire event. I love the board under his feet, especially when it seems like when he finds that magic spot where his foot is perfectly placed on the deck of his board, he finds another gear. That one, he was a little shaky. He didn't like it, so back to the chalkboard for Michel. Kind of a working man's wave here for Dusty Payne. Not the perfect section to work with, but he's still hacked away at it. Just going to be a decent score for him, you know, as he pokes a nose there right in front of Filipe. I believe Filipe is going to get rid of that 6.67 on that last little right-hander, so he is extremely in cruise control now.
Lead coming up, we got Medina, Callanan, Carmichael, and Ezekiel Lau as we take a look. Backhand attack, Kai Otten. Otten just says he's just going through the motions, getting a little massage here and there, but he continues to march through heats with smart surfing. Next up, Dusty Payne. He won last year with some big power surfing, and there that wave did not give him the juice he needed to push him back into it.
That's too bad.
I love that he is going for it.
That's too bad, Dave. You saw he was ready to throw down a real big meat hook right there, but that wave kind of had a funky fold in it, and you'll get that on a toilet bowl. It's not the most user-friendly section. Watch this wave right here. You talk about someone who is just on a zip line, flying down the line, Speed is never an issue for Filipe, and that's what makes him so fun to watch. As soon as he bottom turns, he kind of just develops speed on his own. It's incredible. A lot of guys have to milk speed. For Filipe, it's just on tap. Right here, Kyle on his backhand, just looking a little sluggish on this wave, so I don't think that's going to be a great score for him. But again, wave selection's never an issue for him.
Kai Otten and Otts now living in Queenscliff, Sydney, Australia, just north of Manly. Blink your eye, he's going to be back in the lineup here coming up next.
Especially with Marty Thomas on the clock. He is having these guys, he's cracking the whip, but we have to because this wind is very capable of turning more west. And the more west it goes, it can get choppy, so we got to get this thing cooking.
So doing a little stretching. I'm not sure.
That's his girlfriend there.
Yeah, he's got a sister. She's a little bit younger, but stretching out. He's doing his own thing here. Meanwhile, Filipe Toledo, he's brought the entire entourage for support. I got to ask you, how about Dusty Payne? He's got a 4.33 and a 7.33 in the second spot. And the way Toledo is surfing right now, he needs an 8.87 to take the lead. So how does he hold off Kai Otten and Michel Perez as we go through this? What does Dusty need to do to make sure he advances into the final? Undisputed king here at Haleiwa, at least in professional shortboard elite surfing. Kai Otten gives a look with priority. Toledo. Filipe with speed. Beautiful wrap. Yes, he can wrap it and put it on rail. And you know he might close with a little rotation here. He can't ride out of it. So his wrap will be scored. The rotation, the completion, he needs to actually ride out of it and be pushed by the wave.
Well, good call there, Dave. That's exactly what he was forecasting, but you need more energy at the end of that wave to be able to ride back out in front of it. That thing ran out of juice, and now D. Payne going to throw something at it.
Well, Perez had the priority, but D. Payne with second priority says, I'll take it. And, oh, unbelievable. He looked like he was going from toe to heel to maybe pump for a little speed. Just got off balance, and now he's going to drop to third because it looks like he's going to get back out before Toledo. Toledo 4.73 doesn't factor in. Perez committing to his priority. He needs a 7.74. High line, a couple of pumps for speed, and looking down the line, he puts on the brakes. There's a throaty hit right there for the powerful Tahitian, and another nice wrap. Throw up a wall of water. The judges can see it. Inside section over the toilet bowl. He's done.
There we go. This is a little bit of a door cracked open there from Dusty Payne, and in comes Michel Perez right there with a pretty solid backup score. I don't think it's going to be as high as Dusty's 7.73, but you just don't want to give these guys any edge, any kind of momentum to feel the vibe and get back in his heat. Nice cutback, kind of connecting the dots there with a nice little slam. That might be his best turn right there with that little whippy carve, and then he finishes it off. So again, I don't think this is going to be an excellent score, but you can see he's kind of finding the mojo. He's getting some momentum, getting himself back in the mix here in this heat. Beautiful whipping cutback there from Filipe. The board is looking really spicy under his feet. Nice rotation here, but you can see that wave just went straight into a dead zone and couldn't ride out of it.
And nothing better than being in Hawaii for 6 weeks at a time. That was for the Hawaii Tourism Bureau. And I'll tell you, if you're going to fly over here, fly Hawaiian Airlines. What a nice flight.
Yeah, we're just plugging away
How
here.
can we get awesome. Hawaiian miles? What do we have to do?
Best in show, I think that's the category. So the highest 2-point total, though, that guy will receive 250,000 miles.
Best in class it is.
Best in
so
class.
You're looking at some big points right there, and you might be able to get a lot of round trips out of probably, I don't know, LA, Portland, you name it. San Diego. Hawaiian Airlines, thank you very much for supporting us. Also, Flow Water. Well, we've saved over 7,000 plastic bottles. Wyatt Taubman and his team bringing us Flow Water, youngster out of the island of Kauai, developing that, and a water system that is just free for use, 7 times purified. Thank you so much. Not a lot of trash on the beach, everything being recycled. Vance has got a great project here, very green, very sustainable. As we take a look, split the peak, let's take a look at Dusty Payne. Back over to Filipe Toledo. Toledo's got a little section that's going to stand up. There's one turn, gets a little steeper. And Filipe Toledo is not afraid to mix it up. I think he knows everybody is always expecting the big air. He'll pull it out of the bag when the timing is right and when he needs that score. I think he's proven a point that he can do it all in small surf, because you just think, oh, here comes another air show. Dusty Payne. Payne is in the second spot, needs to ditch a 4.33. An 8.87 could take him to the lead. Oh, it's got a section. He's going to go inside or off the top. He's going to go through the roof and lays a 10-foot wall of water there. Big power hack. and that wave then just fizzles out. Dusty's trying to better a 4.33. Could he have done it on that?
Yeah, for sure. He could have finished that wave off. It was a little mushy through the inside, so he didn't squander a ton of points, but you gotta shut that door. He's continuing to leave Kai Otten and Michel Perez in this heat. Nice first turn, though. I mean, that's just pure power. And you talk about a linebacker right here. You know, Dusty Payne, he just looks so athletic when he stands up. He is pure muscle. Again, though, just a little sloppy there. He didn't finish that wave off. Can't blame him. The water's nice here in Hawaii. Get off that field and get in the ocean.
There we go. Dusty Payne, third priority. Dusty looking to launch possibly with a lot that much speed. He hasn't checked it, and now he's a little frustrated. But he's still in second.
Well, that section kind of called for it, but just a little flat. He needed just a little more curve on that ramp, and he would have been.
Four-time grandfather. One thing that they do these events on the North Shore. When they're over, well, let's take a look at this, a replay of our surfer, Filipe Toledo.
You can see eyeballing something crazy to do, and there he goes. Gets the nose to poke in and spins it around. So, crafty little tail waft there. And then again, you know, this is a guy who is just, you know, he's just being flagrant. He's just going for it. He's out there having fun. And why wouldn't you? That's his third little air rotation right there. He's already got 2 big scores, so he's out there basically having a free surf. And these kind of waves, especially now, Dave, when that the wind has turned a little bit more out of the west, it's made it very user-friendly for those tail wafts. So, I mean, that's a crazy recipe for that kid right there.
And Perez.
Nice bottom turn. There's that power snap from Michel. Very strong surfer. This is kind of cool battle between second place. I love the, you know, powerhouse up against powerhouse with Dusty Payne and Michel Perez. So again, he's trying to get rid of that, pretty much trying to get rid of that 5.93, being that Dusty, you know, he's got a pretty big score right now, that 7.73.
Filipe Toledo is throwing away a 7.0 and a 6.67. He hasn't comboed the field, but he sure is trying to. Kai Otten, wave number 3 for him with 3:31 on the clock. Looking over his shoulder, the talented goofy footer. Now living just outside of Sydney. Veteran surfer with all sorts of skills and just pleasure to talk to. And Dusty Payne hooking into this one. Looks all fired up. And that last move just overcooked it just a bit. So
it's just nerve-wracking watching Dusty. He's just leaving that door open again for Michel Perez. And Michel's about to drop a score. So Dusty Payne, that was a nice wave. Had a lot of size to it, but just got hung up again on that inside deep section. Let's take a close look at this first couple of turns. Nice tap off the top, keeping that momentum going to the channel. Little hung up on that wrap, but pretty strong maneuver. And then again, that wave was just a little flat with that high tide right now. It's getting tricky.
Live action out the back, Toledo. He's trying to better a 7.77. He's thrown away a 7-point ride. He could do no wrong. Talk about loose and limber and no pressure. This is a lot of fun for him. Yeah, he's acting like it's trestles, lefts, rights, wherever he wants to go, and he's not making very many mistakes.
Jeez, yeah, he's just chilling. Look, double shakas. So pretty interesting right there. Michel Perez got a big score on those 2 moves on that last wave, 7.2.
6.73 seesaw battle. Pretty amazing.
Wow.
Perez has a 13.13. Payne has a 14.46, so not deducted for that last move.
Right. Yeah, he just he accumulated some nice points on those first 2 turns, and you can imagine that score would have went excellent if he finished it off. So there you go, Michel Perez. Now he needs a pretty big score, Dave.
He's going to dodge a bullet, and I guarantee no matter how much love they have for one another and hope they do well, their fellow competitors, they got a jersey on, so they're going to town. Well, already a shake. He doesn't see anything out in the lineup. There could be something. They're not even looking out the back. We're going to count this one down. It is men's semifinal heat number 1 coming to a close. Miracle on ice. No, it's Miracle on Haleiwa's water right here at Lee Beach Park. 7.73, 6.73. Dusty Payne advances with a high-flying Filipe Toledo.